today we're going to be talking a little bit more about our writing process. We discussed essays and their structure with our five pillars: introduction, rebody, conclusion, discussing our prompt. Now, primarily we'll be writing with persuasive essays, as that's most typical here in English too. But I want to go back and talk a little bit more about what we do before we actually start to write, and that is brainstorming. So the point of brainstorming is to actually be thinking through the prompt. It's not just looking at the surface level, looking in depth with multiple levels underneath it. Now, we've discussed many graphic organizers in the past few weeks. I'll guess which one you prefer when it comes to persuasive writing. This is another type of graphic organizer you would use for brainstorming, in which you would write your prompt in the center, or in a debate situation, if you were given a specific side to a prompt, you would write that in the center. You write as many branches out from there that's going to give you your reasons why you choose that prompt or which side you choose on that prompt. And then from there, the reasons to those reasons, the consequences to those reasons, the goods and bads of those reasons. It just gets larger and larger and larger as you think through the many aspects of the prompt. But why? So many of you want to ask this question because you just want to write. You just want to turn in the essay. Because it's going to help you to fully understand the topic. Understanding the topic is going to lead to much better grades and much better essay, right? It's going to help you to defend your position. Your name is going on that paper. You need to be able to defend what side you're on. It's not about the person next to you. It's not about me. It's about you. It's also going to be help with the actual writing of your essay. So often I see a student come in and they get their prompt and they got an introduction, they know how that works, and thesis is easy, right? Yes or no to whatever the prompt is. All right, so we got that down. And emotional response to it, boom, I've got a first paragraph and now I don't know what to write. The student didn't think about it. I went off a gut instinct, ran through the first bit, and now we're lost. And at the end of the day, a better essay is going to mean a better grade, guys. I know that's what a lot of you want. Better grade means better credits. And all of that's going to go to the judge. The judge is the one who decides whether or not you go back out free. And last but not least, think about brainstorming. Going to help you to think. How many of you have asked me for an answer to a question, and all you want to do is just want the answer? And what do? Right. Because I want you to think. Okay? Life isn't about having the answer. It's about thinking. So again, why do I need to think? Because no one has the answers for life. I can give you advice all day long. Your JCOs give you advice all day. Your case managers, your psychologists, everyone on this campus gives you advice all day long. You don't have the answers to life. And you need to be able to defend your own opinions. I talked about this earlier. When you are making a choice, you need to be able to defend it. Or else, who are you when you can just switch sides? It's not about what the person next to you says. It's not about what your parents say. It's not what your best friend says, your siblings say, or your girlfriend says. It's about what you think. And then when you leave here, you're going to be faced with decisions every single day. You need to be able to think about your options. When you leave here, you're going to go get your GED or your high school diploma. Are you going to take one of those and go on to college or trade school? Are you going to skip all the education and just go directly into the workforce? All of these are decisions and options that you have. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. What works for one person may not work for another person. You need to understand what your options are and how those options are going to better help you get through life. Some of you have kids. You need to understand how your actions are going to affect those children if you're going to be in your children's lives. I want to stand up here and say, yes, all of you need to be there for your children. But if that's going to be the wrong thing for that child, that's the wrong thing for that child. Okay? But what I'm saying here is that every single day is options. And you need to be able to think through those options and decide what is best for you and those around you. Also, whenever you do get a job, because whether you're going back into the education or college, one day, all of you will have a job. I hope so. And jobs are going to expect you to think and problem solve, not wait to be told exactly what to do. The majority of the time, you're not going to be sitting there at the desk and your boss is standing behind you telling you what you got to do every single second of the day. So you're going to understand what your task is to complete. Now you have to go complete it. Many of you have your trade certificate, welding, and mechanical work. As a mechanic, A person doesn't walk in and say, well, the alternator's broke, change that. No. Most car owners are not that smart. They're going to drive in and say, my car doesn't work. Fix it. Now you have to figure out what it is. All right, this part's broke. Do I fix this part or is it going to take a new part? Is it only this part? Is this wiring system? Is it none of that at all? It's a crazy sensor that went in the back. You have to be able to problem solve. Problem solving is thinking. So many of you also come in and say, but I know how to write an essay. And I've seen it. I've seen some decent ones. But can you defend it? Can you actually stand by what it is that you are writing? And could your essay be better? Just because you can write an okay essay, why be satisfied with that? You could so much easier take your essays to a whole new level, which would prepare you for your GEDs, your high school EOC tests, college placement tests, college itself, and sorry guys, a lot of jobs now require essays as a part of their job applications. I filled out several. All right. Could your essay be better? Because when you get out, right now you're just competing for a grade. It's just between you and what I choose to give you as a grade. You get out into the free, competing against other people. You need to be able to do the very best that you can at every single thing that you do. We're going to start that with brainstorming. So brainstorming. The whole point of it is to be thinking about both sides of the issue, for it and against it. We're going to use the quick example of the food in the cafeteria. Should we change it? Most of you are saying yes. I brought this topic up before, a few of you have even written on it, and it's a pretty resounding yes. The food needs to change. We all hate the food. But can you give me good reason? Guys, cafeteria food. Cafeteria food is going to only get so good, right? Not out in the free. You can't run down to the McDonald's or the Taco Bell, the KFC. We're much stuck here with our mass-produced food. So the point of this is to think of which side you would actually choose. We could change the food here on campus, and it could get a lot worse, right? So you need to be thinking about is it actually worth it to change the food? What are the pros and cons to it? And also you need to think of why people would choose the other side of it. Let's say if we put out a challenge to you, if you convince every single person on campus, every single student, every single teacher, JCO, administrator, the superintendent, if you convince everybody on campus that food has to be changed, how would you convince them? So say you come up to me, you're trying to convince Miss Hope, food needs to be changed. And I say, no, I don't want the food to be changed. The food needs to stay the way it is because it reaches all the nutritional value. It meets all of the standards that we need to make sure you get a nutritious meal. You're all teenage boys. You're growing. We need to make sure you get the right nutrients. I don't care whether or not you like the food. I don't care about money. You're not going to be able to make any of those arguments with me because I'm caring about the nutritional side. So how would you combat that? So understanding what my viewpoint is will make your argument stronger if you know how to go against what I have to say. Right? So back to brainstorming. There are no wrong answers. That's what's so great about it. Guys, you can sit there and you can write and write and write and write and you're not wrong. I may come up and fight you a little bit, but that's because I'm wanting you to understand what it is that you're thinking about. I do this all the time. How many times have I come around a student's desk and why'd you write that? Why? I ask it all the time. I'm wanting you to think. So how do we apply this actual brainstorming? So brainstorming is going to help you to look at the problem in depth. Again, not that surface level, but going through the many levels that it has. And it's going to give you that better understanding of the problem to make it easier to write about. Because by developing your ideas first, we're not going to have you come in and write an introduction and then that first body paragraph and then move on. Because by understanding what it is you're going to be writing about, you'll be prepared to reach all three of those body paragraphs strongly, and then wrapping it up with your conclusion. And all of these are going to guarantee a better grade. Because we know that I'm not looking at your syntax and your diction. I'm not looking at putting the periods in the right place. That's another issue. Those are other assignments that we work on. When it comes to our essays, I'm looking at your content. I'm looking at whether or not you can think about the issue. So now, you have the paper in front of you. I want you to start with your center bubble. Should TJJD require students to continue in school after earning their GED? In the center, I want you just to write that prompt. I don't want you to say yes or no. Just write that prompt. Your first two webs off of it is going to be one yes. It should change so students don't attend school after earning their GED, and no, they should change the way possible. Now, I know you all have an opinion on this. Some of you already have your GEDs, and you're sitting in a high school class right now. So I know that each of you have an opinion on it. Now, as you write through, I want you to write as many bubbles as you can on both sides. You're not choosing a side right now. And one thing that I want you to remember right now, this is the policy among 5 TJJD campuses set forth by Austin. So there has to be a reason as to why all these educated people have made this decision. Why did we make this decision? Why is this the policy that's in place? Understanding why we have put it in place is going to help you to understand that it should be kept, right? But also your feelings, your opinions matter as well. Back it up is why you think that it should be changed. And here in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to let you work through this, and then we're going to go around the room and we're going to talk about 1 to 2 pieces that each student has created. So you can start thinking about maybe how other people think. Because understanding how others think is going to help you stronger. Right? Get to work.